Everything is about to get buck wild with AI. It is drastically going to shift the world, society as a whole, in ways that I don't even think we're able to comprehend in this moment. It would be very interesting. And I've had this realization this week because I used AI to program an Excel document for me. I literally just told it in plain language, like if I were to explain to you what I want, and then it coded the entire thing for me. Okay? Prior to this, I know that I've known for some time that I could do this. I just don't know how to code Excel. And I tried a little bit. I spent probably an hour, but it's an entire language, and there's a lot that you can do with Excel code. And I didn't get it. I tried writing it, and none of it worked. So this is revolutionary. You can literally just tell AI what you need coded, basically, and it will code it for you. Which is really interesting because, like, a lot of, like in research, what we do with our package is just coding. And I think there's a huge potential to use AI to code. So you don't necessarily need to know the language, you just need to know what you want it to do. I don't know, man. This is about to change everything, okay? But like all tools, okay, it can be used for good. Depends on the user and the objective, right? It can be used for good or it could be used for nefarious reasons. And like, I've sort of been diving into that in my own head. Like, people are already very confused about what they read on the internet. And you can make very real fake things now. So it'll be interesting. It's like this thing of like, it's going to be wild, but I want to focus on the positive aspects of it. Make sure that people are aware of there may be bad things, but there's also incredible good. And I like to think that there are nerds everywhere. They're going to be coding Excel documents and doing powerful research with the assistance of AI. Anyways, the other thing that I wanted to touch on, this is a good video. The other thing I wanted to touch on is tree condoms. Okay, so backstory. What I use my Excel document to code for is the seed sheet for the area I work for, the forest, and it was a real high coding all of that and getting fast results, but then it was like an immediate tank because what I found out is that we don't actually have the quantity of seed that we really need to do what we need to do. And it doesn't even factor in, like, if there were a large fire, which I'm sure there will be in the next 10 years, or, things of that nature. So it was like a real high to a real low. We don't have enough seed. And the other problem with this is that there's just not enough people to pick the seed. There's not enough contractors. The money exists, but there's not the people to give the money to that are willing to go climb the trees. So I've been trying to think of ways to negate that issue. And what I came up with is tree condoms. And I don't know why people haven't done this before, but, I think that you could use drones to essentially drop the condom on the tree and then you can secure it. And just collect seed from the top third of the tree. That way, if it's a self-fertilizing tree, it's less likely to be self-fertilized in the top third. That's where the best seed is. That's where the hardest seed is to get if you're climbing it. There's that benefit. You don't actually have, well, I take that back. I think it removes some of the danger. I'm still going to have to climb up to the tree to secure the bottom part of it, but I'm not up there actively working, and I think that's safer. So there's that benefit. The time aspect. When you are picking seed, you really only have a very small window, like a week, that you're actually supposed to be picking. You want it to sit and be as ripe as possible right before it flares. But then, the time that it goes from unripe to flaring is very short a lot of the times. And it can be hard to make those calls. But if you put a net around it, it will flare out and seed when it's ready. It will be as ripe as it is going to be. And you don't have to worry about the timing of it. And the only real drawback here is that if it were to rain or you'd have some weather event after it seeds out, that seed would not be good. But anyways, I think that I could put up a crap load of tree condoms for probably cheaper, and it would be faster, potentially more efficient, than having people going and climbing the trees to pick the seeds. But I think it's going to be a whole thing to figure out exactly how to do that. That will be part of my videos this year. If you want to find me, you'll catch me in the woods putting tree condoms on. So.